human beings, humanity, we're at a crossroads. We're mutating a new awareness. It's opening up inside us. And it's here in the solar plexus. It's down in our bellies. Our digestive system is actually quite inefficient. It's part of the old design from when we were horizontal and we had tails. And it has adapted. But really it's all about diet. Awareness is about diet. Our diet changes as the world changes. And today we eat a lot. We eat so much food because our hearts aren't open. That's the reality. When you fall in love, that feeling, everyone knows it. You fall in love and you can't eat. No. Well, that's what love does. As our solar plexus opens up, it opens up our heart center. And in the old systems, the chakra systems, there's a huge quantum leap from the Manipura to the Anahata, as they call it, the third to the fourth, the belly to the heart here. So as our solar plexus mutates, our heart opens up, and it opens up permanently. So we don't just fall in love with another person. We experience that level of intensity all the time, because love is our resonance to the quantum field of life. So when we open up our hearts, then we love everything and everyone. We become love. People have accessed these states since the beginning of time, and they're so alluring to us because they're carrying this future mutation inside them. So quantum consciousness, it really opens us up from here, from our bellies. And that's the first thing to say about it. And so most of the embodiment practices that we teach in the Gene Keys are rooted in this mutation. And as a global community, in the world, for us to move into collective awareness, we're going to go deeper and deeper into our bellies. We're going to have to. And that takes some time and some surrender and some courage and some tenderness, because of all the layers of karma and wounding and memory and discomfort that are rooted in there. But it's always been in there, imprinted in the cellular DNA of our gut. And that's why the ancients, the Vedic rishis and the Taoists and all these people, the shamanic indigenous cultures all around the world, they made it the center of their training, the belly. They saw the navel as the beginning and the end, the Omphalos, the Ouroboros, the Dantian, the cauldron, the grail. It's always down there. And interesting that modern science, the genetic sequencing of all the intestinal flora nowadays that's taken place, it's extraordinary what they've discovered, that the gut and the DNA has 100 times, the DNA in the gut has 100 times more DNA in the gut than the rest of the body put together. And so it's all bacteria. So think about that and place your hand on your belly, because inside there is another whole organism living inside you. And it's a single-celled organism, but it represents a vast awareness system. Every single one of those tiny organisms has the potential for a rudimentary awareness. So they're practically identical from body to body. So they function inside us like a universal holographic hardware that meshes us together, connecting and bridging us. That's their potential. They're a universal holographic hardware. And all that DNA is responsive to us, to you, to your thoughts, to your feelings, to your intent, to your dreams, to your words. It's super sensitive. So you program in the software. Your awareness is the software. So when you program a high enough frequency, all that life inside you just lights up. It literally lights up in those old pictures by the ancients of the chakras and the radiation coming on, the light coming off people's bodies. And it's generated by microscopic bacteria. It's always the tiniest organisms that hold the biggest surprises. Like algae, like plankton. Bacteria are the most ancient, most mysterious, most superconductive life form in our ecosphere. You know, they have the ability to trap light and emanate it through phosphorescence. So when we begin to move into our shadows, into those pain points inside us with awareness, which is what the Gene Keys is all about, then you move down into the belly of the beast and you begin to process all that stuff inside us, the alchemy, you know, as the memory is released, and over time the heart begins to open wider and wider into this gift frequency. And the Gene Keys, that's the Gene Keys journey in a nutshell. And what it's doing is it's awakening up group consciousness, quantum consciousness, our higher awareness. And we experience that as love, as limitless love, unconditional love, and as joy, joyousness. You know, do you know how much joy is trapped inside a human body? I mean, look at a child, a very young child, and you will see, and that is all inside us, waiting to be released. But we have to do some alchemy first. You know, and the Gene Keys is all about connection and opening up and cooperation and coordination. It's about group synergy, and ultimately it's about communion. So give your belly some attention. Hold your hand there. Just allow whatever comes to come. And give it some love. Give yourself some love. And in time, that will open you up.